Welcome back, guys, to another new video. It's a filmmaker here, and in today's video we'll be talking about the Mofage Talos Magic Arm. Some people call it an articulating arm, but there's a reason why Mofage called this a magic arm. And before we go into the video, just let you know that Mofage sent me this magic arm. They didn't pay me to make this video. They asked me if I can test and review, and I said yes. Everything I say here is my own opinion, and as usual, they don't get to see this before it goes out, so you guys get to see it depending on who clicks the link first. Alright, so I have two magic arms here on my table. They are cheap ones. You can buy off AliExpress or on the Amazon store, depending on where you shop from. They're really cheap, probably around £10. And the thing with this magic arm or articulating arm that I have a problem is they use a teething mechanism. So just imagine my fingers as the teeth. So when you unlock them, they open up, and then you can adjust the articulating arm anyhow you want and then lock it back to create friction or tension. The other problem I have with these things is that when there's more force than usual, it could break, and that has happened to me with some other articulating arm that I had. And another problem I've had that is not be able to carry my heavier setup. So when you apply too much pressure with this kind of magic arms, or if the weight they're carrying or product they're carrying is too heavy, they probably will just bend, and tightening it up can end up breaking or spoiling something within the arm. Now to features, overview, and what's in the box when you buy this. First of all, it has an exoskeletal look. You remember the movie End of the World or End of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise. It has a kind of futuristic build made of proper metal, very, very solid metal, so that it should be able to last the lifetime of your camera, or probably even outlast your camera. The handle is made of very hard plastic. That's the tightening knob. These two are made of very, very, very solid materials. And when you buy this, they come in 3 different colors depending on which one you prefer. You can get it in black, you can get it in silver, which is what I have here, and you can also get it in a beige color, which is a mixture between the black and the silver color. I like the silver one. It kind of stands out from my black camera rigs, and the system used or implemented in these magic arms is a dampening feature, such that it's different from the teething one you find in the cheaper magic arms, which reduces movement when you tighten. So as you tighten the magic arm, there's increase in pressure or increase in tension, thereby restricting movement. Let me show you guys. So if I tighten this as much as I can tighten it and try to, like, it's not even moving. But the moment I begin to release the tension, I can apply pressure to move it, and you can see it's moving in just one direction, not even the ball sides are moving. So if I continue to reduce the tension in the knob, I can move it quicker and move the balls in whatever angle I want to move it. So that's the benefit of using a dampening system. The more pressure you apply, the less you're able to move, and when you move it and leave it, it stays locked in place. We'll see it on the black magic piece, which is just there, which is a very, very good system. Another thing is that the Mofage Talos Magic Arm allows you to carry weight of up to 5 kg. It's priced at $129, so you get it in this box, a small box that has a cable clip and also a UNC 3/8 to 1/4 20 adapter. There's also a manual. You get an Allen key and a spare pair of screws in case you miss the ones when detaching or attaching the accessories. So these adapters come as extra accessories you can buy off the Mofage store. You get 5 different accessories. Well, Mofage just sent me 5 different accessories. I'll bring them up here and I'll just list them out. The first one here, which is the more expensive one, is the NATO clamp. Yeah, I say it's expensive out of the set, but this is just $29, which is very, very affordable. So $129, you get this. If you want the NATO clamp one, it's $29. And then the next one is the baby pin. So this baby pin allows you to install like a camera. You can attach a camera, microphone, anything, even a light, even a heavy duty light. Well, not so heavy duty, but all my lights I'm able to hook up using the baby pin. And this will set you back just $25. And then you get the 15mm carbon rod. We also have the UNC, I think this is a female 1/4 20 with 4 array locking pins. And then you also have the baby pin input. So you can attach whatever you need to attach using this. So these three, the baby pin input, the quarter female and 20 with array locking pins, and the carbon fiber, 50mm carbon fiber rod short one, all cost $19 each. And there are other accessories that we'll be getting soon, but these are the ones that were sent, and they've worked flawlessly without any issues. And the thing is, when you buy each or every accessory, they come with an extra Allen key, an extra pair of screws that you can easily detach or attach just where you have the black heads. Now, one other thing I would wish the Mofage to have, if they don't already have, is a quick release system for monitors. This is the Blackmagic Video Assist 5-inch 12G SDI and HDR. And my problem with this monitor is that it's heavy. When I say it's heavy, since I have to use Sony MPF batteries, the bigger ones, you use this monitor, you know that it takes a lot of power. One reason I like this monitor is because the image quality that comes out from the monitor is very, very nice. Another thing, I can record internally B-raw via SSD or via an SD card, but on the other side, it drains a lot of power. And because I usually used to have Blackmagic cameras, well, this is the only Blackmagic camera I have left, the Pixie 6K, and we all know, most of us know, that if you're not careful, you can fry your HDMI or SDI port. So I like to power, when I use my Blackmagic cameras, separately. When using the cheaper articulating arms, from the weight this monitor would have on the setup, sometimes it would bend. I've used monitor arms, the smaller monitor adapters like these ones, where you'd have to twist the lock to tighten it some more, and then you have to apply friction. You keep tightening, and because of the weight, it just keeps bending out of place, which can be annoying when you're on set filming. It can be frustrating. And the other thing is that with these monitors, you can't easily put it anywhere you want, because of maybe the monitor adapter is just positioned one way or in one position on the camera. So let's see if this Magic Arm solves that problem. First of all, just to let you know, guys, I've changed one of the adapters to the NATO clamp because I have a NATO rail at the back of my Pixies here. So what I'll do is slide this or scoot this over a little bit, and I would unlock the arm and slide it onto the NATO rail and tighten it up. So now I have it very, very tight. In fact, let me move this monitor to the side, and I'll take off the Blackmagic Pixies from the tripod and drop it on the table so you can see. And I'll adjust the NATO rail such that it's like a top handle, and I'll lock it there. Mofage boasts that this can take weights of up to 5 kilograms. I have the Blackmagic Pixies. I have the 35mm T2.2 from 7 Artisans. This is the Infinity series lens. I have an XP Image L to PL mount adapter. I have the DJI Focus Pro grip, handle, LiDAR, and the motor. I have the SmallRig X99 Touch Smart Pro battery, amazing battery with a SmallRig V-mount plate and 15mm rods and the base plate. And let's see if this can carry this setup from here. And of course, it's easy. That does it. No movement. I can carry with one finger. And you've noticed the Magic Arm didn't move. It stayed in place. So it shows you that the Magic Arm is capable to carry weights of up to 5 kg. I believe this is more than 5 kg, and it's able to carry without any issues. Now we'll go ahead and mount my Blackmagic Video Assist monitor. So I'll take it up there. I'll just tighten it a bit and mount the monitor. Make sure it's nice and tight. Take the Allen key and tighten it some more. So have it very, very tight. And I would unlock it, and that's the beautiful thing. You can place it anywhere you want. If I wanted to have it in front, I could unscrew it, unlock it, and put it up here just to have it in front of me. If I wanted to show like the director something, I could spin the monitor to my right and then lock it in place, and it's not going to move even when filming, you know, which is very, very handy. If you're on set, you quickly want to show something, you can unlock it and show it that way. And if you want to, you could just hold it and everything stays. Nothing is moving. So that's very, very solid magic arm. Definitely would recommend it. So I have it tightened up. It's not moving. If I loosen the tension, let's say this is 0 degrees, I want to take it to like 90 degrees. So if I take it to, that should be about 90 degrees. Let me see, the tension allows me to move it in one place. Yeah, so I can move it in one place and it stays there. If you notice, the knobs, the ball joint didn't move, just this part moved. I can move it there and leave it there, not that movement. If I apply a little bit more pressure, I can move it to that position. I can just loosen it, move the top, the other part didn't move, it stayed locked in place. Maybe I'm holding the camera, pointing in that direction. I can drop it, tilt it down, lock it in, and I continue filming. Ease of use, very, very, very handy. Another way I used this magic arm was at a Vox Pop. So I was filming solo an interview session at a party. I needed to run very light so I can easily move around the event. But I had a Lumix S5 2X on the monopod. So I had one of these tube lights on the camera. And it was quite handy because this tube light has this 1/4 thread holes. So what I did was I mounted the baby input. I just screwed it onto the tube light, one end of the tube light, and it was more than enough to light whoever they were speaking to with just this tube light, and the magic arm was up there, and it's light, it's super light, but very, very strong. It didn't weigh me down, didn't weigh down the setup, and it worked excellently all through the night. So that's it for today's video. You can see that it solved the biggest problem I had with my Blackmagic Video Assist monitor. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave it in the comment section. I think this is worth it and something I've always had in my backpack. Anywhere I'm going, I always have this magic arm with its accessories in a small pouch in my backpack. I would suggest Mofage to make like a small case. That probably will increase the price, but for $129 and $29 and $19 for the different added accessories, it's a must-have. You get extra Allen keys and extra screws just in case as you're trying to screw it, it falls off. But it's really, really solid, very well made. It might outlast some of your other filmmaking tools. So if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment section. I'll leave a link to where you can purchase this amazing magic arm. So I'll see you in the next one. It's your Filmmaker. Peace.